Yeah, Miami Beach under a mandatory evacuation order. The winds howled here all night. You can see them, they're blowing harder right now, certainly not hurricane force, but we're feeling this storm. Though it has taken a westward shift, this area not out of the danger zone. They are anticipating that water is going to come rushing in here at some point as a storm stirs. Now, we've talked about what's happening in the Caribbean. Cuba got hit when the storm went to a Category 5 briefly last night. Great destruction right now in the Caribbean. More than 20 people are dead and entire islands are without power.
This is what's headed for Florida. Irma tore into Cuba overnight as a Category 5 hurricane. 155-mile-per-hour winds battering the island's northern coast. The monster storm slamming the Bahamas as well. Storm surges there could reach a devastating 20 feet. Irma has left a trail of death and destruction through the Caribbean. New pictures coming out of the Virgin Islands reveal catastrophic damage. It may take years to rebuild all that's gone.
I can guarantee you that I don't know anybody in Florida that's ever experienced what's about to hit South Florida.
In Florida, it's time to get out of Irma's way.
We don't want people on the road when the storm starts to hit.
The rush to get out has created massive traffic jams. It's one of the largest evacuations in American history. About 5.5 million people ordered to leave, more than a quarter of the population of the entire state of Florida. And getting gas proving a challenge.
Long lines. This was the first one that had a decent line.
Taking about 2-3 hours to get gas.
Flying is no longer an option. South Florida's major airports closed last night. Those lucky enough to get a flight out fear losing all they left behind.
You never expect that to happen to you, you know what I'm saying? And when you lose everything, you lose your possessions, you're separated from your family. It's hard.
As for those who remain, an estimated 500,000 people are heading over to the more than 40 emergency shelters that have been set up.
I had to bring my 2 elderly parents here because I'm just afraid for them.
Not only are residents of Miami Beach being asked to leave, the fire department's making its own preparations to begin relocating its equipment, fire trucks and ambulances off the island. You don't want to put your people in harm's way.
Right, and exactly, we definitely do not want to put them in harm's way as much as they'd like to be here.
Despite all the warnings, some people will not leave.
I'm one of those people that you can call stupid or whatever, but this is my home. I feel safe here, and this is where I'm going to ride out the storm.
Under the circumstances, it probably goes without saying, but major college football games in the state are canceled this weekend, including the home openers for the University of Florida and Florida State. We'll send it back to you all in New York now.
Lester Holt there with quite the ominous sky behind them. Miami Beach, a virtual ghost town this morning. Lester, thank you, sir.